What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. A little help goes a long way, and I want to say a big thank you for doing so. But if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell again, as it does help the channel grow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. As we get to this content, I gotta say that it saddens me to announce this, that there's possibly a retirement brewing for Errol Spence after his fight with Fundora. Um, it was let me announce that the fight was scheduled. Yes, it's official that Errol Spence will be fighting Fundora. I don't in Dallas. I believe it's set for October or November. But I don't know if they have a set date just yet. But nonetheless, yeah, we got the fight coming, and then after that, shortly after the fight was announced, Errol Spence tweeted out that this might be the last fight for him, and that's why I wanted to top, this whole video off with. It saddens me to announce that Errol Spence is my guy. Errol Spence is the boxer that I hitched my wagon to, if you will, and it does, feel like an end of an era. I understand it as Errol Spence is now 34, just suffered a loss. Also suffered his first loss in the biggest fight of his career. So I'm sure there's been some residual damage that came with that. But again, when it's your guy, when it's your fighter, when it's your favorite, such and such, you kind of wish that the show would last forever. But in real life, good things come to all good things come to an end. And great things come to an end faster. So, um, yeah, man. So I'm excited to see Errol back in the ring, but I'm not excited to announce that it's possibly a retirement brewing. And if so, if that is the case, it would totally make sense as to how Errol Spence has been moving lately. Not really been himself. Not really been, too involved in the media, as far as interviews and uh, keeping people up to date as to what's going on. Me personally, I pretty much report all things Errol Spence, but there's not been much to report. So like I said, it's exciting to hear that he would get back active. Of course, I was in the sweepstakes of hoping that he would get his get back against Bud Crawford. Um, that might still be in the mix. I still heard rumblings about it, from different sources, but nothing, like I say, concrete on that as well. The most concrete Errol Spence news that we have gotten is that him and Fundora will be fighting at 154 in Dallas. So some boxing politics involved for sure. Fundora being the champion and all that good stuff. Uh, I would imagine that he would have been the A side, but we know how the PBC gets down. And when the PBC has one of their guys out there, they want to make sure they got all of the leverage. So um, in this case, like I say, I'm gonna show some bias. I will acknowledge the politics, but I'm not mad at him. Um, Errol Spence, I've been saying that he should have been moved up to 54. He should be really at 60 by now, at this stage of his career. But moving up to 54, I know it'll be more comfortable for him. Uh, and so I'm expecting him to have a good show versus Fundora. Although Fundora versus Tim Tszyu, I wasn't too sure about Fundora before Tim Tszyu. But that war that him and Tim Tszyu had, um, nothing's guaranteed for Errol if we get that version of Fundora. But nonetheless, just as far as what I know Errol Spence is capable of when he's at full strength, I got him on this fight. Also, I do have some concerns and some worries because this will be his first fight with Derek James. Won't be training him since 2012, essentially his whole pro career. Derek James has been in his corner. Um, and I've said this a few times before. There was another trainer, strength and conditioning trainer, the guy named Blu-ray. And Blu-ray The first fight that Errol Spence didn't train with Blu-ray. The first fight that he didn't have Blu-ray in his corner for was the Terrence Crawford fight, and so the results from that were heartbreaking. And so I hope that um, Errol not having Derrick James in his corner won't be such a disadvantage. I've heard rumblings that him and Blu-ray would be working with one another again, but nothing concrete in that area. But at the same time, uh, I've already witnessed the loss of the loss of a coach for Errol Spence uh, yielded totally different results. Errol Spence and Ugas, that fight compared to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are night and day. So I hope that won't be the same case now that he will no longer be working with Derrick James. But again, exciting to announce some of this news. Not excited to announce some of the other parts of the news. But it's always good, like I say, to get Errol Spence back active. And hopefully, if he gets a victory, my hope is that it will give him some confidence back. He stay outside, he stay active. Probably take another fight at 54, then move on up to 60, potentially move up to 68, and probably retire at that point. Um, there's even been rumblings and rumors of an Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez fight. That's been in the mix as well. So who knows? Of course, that's not getting a lot of traction right now. Right now, everybody's talking Bud Crawford and Canelo. I would love to see that fight as well. I'm probably gonna make a video. I am gonna make a video. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. And on top of that, we're gonna see. Like I say, this fight is scheduled for October, so um, I'll be covering all things Errol Spence up until that point, and of course we'll be covering Fight Night. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell again so you can be notified when I'm going live and dropping content on the channel. A little help goes a long way, and I just want to give my big thank you for that little help. Y'all have a good to great day. Peace.